Thank you, Erica. I thought you were going to say it was because I smile too much like Joel Osteen. According to AARP, over the next 15 years, 8,000 people will be turning 65 every day. As more and more people apply for Social Security, there will be a strain on the Social Security system. But the reliance on Social Security is rising. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and our honored guest. Why are more people relying on Social Security? Prior to 1982, the pension plan was the main type of retirement plan. An employee could work with a company for an entire working career without saving a dime for retirement and then receive a retirement pension from the company. Then, in 1982, the 401k came onto the scene. So what? The big deal is who's doing the funding. A pension is funded by the employer, whereas with a 401k, the employee is required to do the funding. Yes, there are some exceptions. A 401k can have some employer matching, but an employee must still make contributions in order to get that matching. So what's the problem? With a pension plan provided by an employer, not only is it the employer's responsibility to provide and fund for an employee's retirement, but they also must make sure that that retirement provides a specific amount of income in the 60 to 80% range of that worker's salary when they retire. This is why pensions are called defined benefits. You start with the end result, the defined benefit, and work backwards and determine how much needs to be funded. But with a 401k, it's the exact opposite. Few employees ever make the calculation to determine how much should I put in my 401k today in order to have a desired retirement income in the future. That's why 401ks are called defined contribution plans. The employee defines the contribution without necessarily knowing the end result or the end benefit. As a 401k advisor, I often hear two questions from employees who are trying to decide how much to contribute to their plan. Rather than asking, how much should I contribute today in order to have a specific retirement income, they might ask, what's the least amount I can contribute to participate? Or they may ask, how much do I need to contribute to get the full employer match? You know, I want to get the most out of my employer that I can. Both of these questions sound logical. However, both questions focus on today rather than the end result at retirement. There's a quote from Lewis Carroll's book, Alice in Wonderland, where Alice is asking the question, would you tell me, please, which way ought I go from here? The cat responds, that depends a good deal on where you want to get to. I don't much care where. Then it doesn't much matter which way you go, so long as I get somewhere. Oh, you're sure to do that, as long as you walk long enough. Like Alice, many people today have no plan. They have no idea where they'll end up at retirement. But they can, with these two simple steps that are adapted from a book written by George Clason in 1926 called The Richest Man in Babylon. Step 1, spend less than you make. Specifically, the book says that 1/10 of all you earn is yours to keep. Well, isn't all that I earn mine to keep? No. Your landlord or your mortgage company has their handout. The electric company has their handout. food, fuel, furnishings. Everyone has their hand out for your money. But 1/10 of all you make should be yours to keep. Step 2, and it sounds simple, invest your 1/10 wisely. But what if a person is not in the financial position today to be able to start saving 10%? That's okay. Start with 1%. When you make adjustments to your spending, raise it to 2%. Continue making adjustments to your spending and increasing your savings. This is called give yourself a raise. But what if it takes 10 years before I'm able to save 10% of what I make? That's okay too. 10% later is better than 10% never. My dad gave me a copy of The Richest Man in Babylon when I was in my 20s. If you've never read this book, I encourage you to take this one small step today. Go to Amazon. Search for The Richest Man in Babylon. The first one that comes up is a 2002 edition, and it's less than $7. Click Add to Cart. That one click could change your financial life. Toastmaster of the Day.